Hey, what is up? It is your boy Will. Welcome back to the Skinny Survivor channel, the best place for skinny guys to gain their first 30 pounds of rock hard muscle and go from the scrawny guy to the brawny guy. So in today's video, I'm gonna share with you 3 things I wish I knew when I started bulking up. So as I started my journey as a skinny guy, these are the 3 things I wish I knew to avoid so many years of failure and not seeing any results. Now, before we get into today's video, make sure to subscribe to the channel. If you're a skinny guy looking for more tips and tricks, mass gain meal plans, workouts, and how to bulk up as a skinny guy as fast as possible, maybe you're tired of being skinny, well, this is the channel for you. So make sure to subscribe. But let's get straight into today's video. All right, so 3 things I wish I knew when I started bulking up, and this would have saved me so many years of not getting any results. So listen, I spent many years trying to build muscle, trying to bulk up. And to be honest with you, the first 4 years of my training, I didn't see any results. And basically what happened was I got into this bodybuilding journey and this bulking up journey, listening to a lot of the internet gurus, these fitness gurus who took a lot of steroids, and they gave me the wrong information for a natural lifter, okay? So I basically go on the internet, I would look at all these YouTube videos, and I would take advice from guys who were using steroids to bulk up, and it simply wasn't helping me at all, because what happened was I eventually went from skinny fats to then skinny again, and then skinny fat again, and then I tried to bulk up again. So it was almost like this constant cycle where I couldn't see any results. And for 4 years, I literally went from skinny, fat, skinny, and I didn't even build any muscle in the process. So only after 4 years did I understand how to build muscle properly. And I'm gonna basically fast track your success. So you just have to watch this video and you're gonna know exactly how to build muscle from this day on and make sure you get results as fast as possible. So you don't have to spend 4 years failing like I did. You just need to watch today's video, take my advice, and you'll start to see results. So number 1 is I thought that the more you eat, the more you gain muscle, okay? So there was this mindset I had in my mind. The more I eat, the more I gain muscle. And I don't know about you, but maybe you've got this idea as well. You think that just eating calories is gonna help you build muscle. Well, it's not the case, okay? So actually what happens when you eat food and you don't work out is most of those calories actually become fat, okay? So first of all, the more you eat doesn't mean the more you build muscle, because basically the more you eat, it's really just energy or calories, okay? So think of it as a car, right? So when we put fuel in the car, it doesn't mean the car's gonna drive, okay? We need other things, like we need an engine, we need a lot of things to make the car work, okay? We need all this machinery in the car to make it work. And similar to that, okay, your body is like a car as well. We're simply putting in energy, but we still need other things in order to build muscle. For example, we need workouts, we need the right regimen, we need good sleep, supplementation if needed, okay? A lot of factors go into building muscle. So it's not as simple as thinking, I'm gonna eat a lot of calories and I'm gonna build a lot of muscle. So I actually thought this at the beginning. I thought the more calories I eat, the more I build muscle. And what happened was, I would basically eat anything, okay? I would eat chicken wings, I would eat milk, I would eat a ton of fried foods, KFC, McDonald's, thinking that the more I eat, the more I'm gonna build muscle. And what happened was I became skinny fat, okay? So I'm gonna leave an image on the screen here of when I became skinny fat, okay? And this was so frustrating because after I became skinny fat, I had to cut down, and in the process, I lost all the muscle I had tried to build within those 1 to 2 years of bulking up, okay? So basically, I had finished that bulk, basically skinnier than I was when I started, okay? So this was so frustrating for me because I thought, hey, I just gotta eat a lot of calories and I'll bulk up and I'll gain weight. But what happened was most of those calories became fat, okay? So I essentially just became skinny and fat. And those are the 2 worst things you can be as a skinny guy. You wanna build lean muscle. So I'm gonna show you exactly how to do it properly. So you gotta get this mindset out of your head. The more you eat doesn't mean the more you'll gain muscle. Calories are simply energy, which is gonna be used to build muscle. But firstly, you need to eat the right amount of calories, just enough to gain weight, okay? And not gain too much fat, okay? And this comes down to finding your calorie surplus. So this is the amount of calories that is just over your maintenance calories, okay? So I've talked about this in previous videos, But when you find your maintenance calories, those are the calories that you need to eat right now in order to maintain your weight, and you simply eat a little bit above that consistently. And preferably you have some sort of meal plan, some sort of tracking in terms of your calories and your macronutrients, your protein, carbs, and fats. And that's gonna make sure that you build lean muscle, okay? And that's gonna make sure you gain weight in a small amount, just enough to maximize muscle gain and minimize fat gain, okay? So I didn't do this at all. I literally just ate whatever amount of calories that I try to eat every single day. So I think I was eating like 4,000 or 5,000 calories. Pretty much all of it was becoming fat, because what happens is you put too much energy in the car can't use it, okay? It overfills. And in a similar way, I was filling up my body with all these calories, and my body's like, I can't use these calories, so I'll just store them as fat, okay? So in the process, I got fat, and when you gain fat, it's actually much harder to cut off the fat than to just simply build lean muscle without the fat, okay? So you definitely wanna avoid this. You wanna avoid, accumulation of fat. You wanna avoid eating so many calories that you force your body to gain fat. You simply wanna eat just the right amount of calories in order to build lean muscle and fuel your body for your workouts so you can maximize lean muscle gain while minimizing fat gain. So how do we do this? So first of all, get that mindset out of the head. The more you eat does not mean the more you'll gain muscle. You need to eat the right amount of calories with the right workouts, good sleep, okay? And all of these good recovery things, and this is gonna help you build muscle. So get this mindset out of your head. The second thing I realized, I wish I knew when I started bulking, was tracking is king, okay? So I actually didn't see results for the first 4 years of my training. And if you think about that, 4 years is a lot of time. Like, a lot of guys will give up. I almost felt like giving up, to be honest with you. I was so frustrated. I kept posting progress pictures, sending it to my friends, and they were laughing at me. They were literally like, bro, like, you haven't got any results. Like, you still look skinny. And even more, you look skinny fat now. And I'm like, bro, I've been eating all this food. I've been eating all these calories. I've been working out 6 times a week, and I'm not getting results. And I was frustrated as hell, and I literally did not know what I was doing wrong. And so if you feel like this, maybe you haven't started your bulk at all, but I want you to avoid this and make sure you avoid this. And one of the things I realized is tracking is king, okay? So if you want to get serious results, you want to seriously build lean muscle, you got to start tracking everything. Tracking your calories, tracking your protein, carbs, and fats, and you need some sort of guide of what you should be eating every day. So in our coaching program, we'll show you the exact amount of calories, the protein, carbs, and fats, and the meals you need to be eating in order to build muscle. But tracking is king. You cannot get results without measuring, okay? So what doesn't get measured, okay, cannot be improved, okay? So when it comes to building muscle, I always advise my clients to track a certain amount of calories every single day, and I give them that calorie surplus amount. And then if they're not gaining weight, we can adjust. But again, if you're just eating whatever you want, whenever you want, there's not gonna be any consistency in terms of your results. You're not gonna consistently build lean muscle. You're most likely gonna either gain a lot of fat because you ate too much calories, or if you eat too little calories, you simply won't gain weight at all and you'll be still skinny, okay? So again, number 2 is tracking is king. Track everything, calories, macronutrients, track your weight every single morning. We also have a spreadsheet in our coaching program, but how we do it is I get my clients to track their weight every single morning and then divide it by 7 so they get a weekly average, and they can basically compare to other weeks to see if they're progressing. So that's number 2. Number 3, bulking and cutting is shite, okay? So I don't care what those guys on the internet say, they are completely BSing you. They take steroids, a lot of them are not natural guys, and they follow these big bulks and big cuts simply because they're taking performance enhancing drugs, which makes it much easier for them to retain the muscle when they do big cuts. So what happens when you do a big bulk, you gain a lot of fat, okay, on your belly and all around. But with my clients, they see a lot of fat accumulation in their belly. Then when they cut, they lose a lot of muscle, and it's always this cycle of losing muscle, gaining fat. And I don't advise my clients to do that at all, because what we do is we have a very small surplus of calories, just enough for you to build lean muscle without gaining a lot of fat. And because of this, you're gonna start out and you're gonna get much better results along the way because you're not doing these big bulks, big cuts, big bulks, big cuts. You're gonna feel better. You're also gonna feel better in the mirror as well because you're not gonna be super fat all the time or super skinny, okay? You're gonna actually just consistently build lean muscle. So again, this mindset crushed me. At the beginning, I thought, I gotta do a big bulk and I gotta bulk up and I gotta eat so many calories as much as possible. And I was eating. And what happened was I ate so many calories and my workouts weren't that great. I was just gaining fat. And then I was like, hang on, why have I got such a big belly and why am I still skinny? Well, it's almost like rushing the process. What you wanna do is basically treat it like a marathon and not a sprint, okay? Slowly gain lean muscle. Slowly add a little bit of calories just over your maintenance so you slowly gain weight, but again, you maximize your results, you maximize your lean muscle over time. So these are the 3 main things that really helped me see results after year 4. And to be honest with you, if I did all these 3 things at the beginning, if I got a coach, if I started, tracking my calories and macronutrients and actually focusing on a small surplus of calories, consistently gaining a little bit of weight every week, focusing on very good workouts 3 to 4 times a week, training upper body, lower body, I can guarantee you I wouldn't have taken 4 years, okay, to see any results. And if you're struggling to get results, you're probably making these mistakes. So listen, if you need more help, I've got a coaching link down below. You can apply for our coaching program. I will build you custom workouts, custom meal plans with the right amount of calories just to see lean muscle without the body fat, okay? So if you're tired of seeing tons of body fat accumulation, bulking, cutting, not seeing any results, not gaining any weight, or gaining too much fat, well, these things are really gonna help you. So make sure to check it out down below. I hope you enjoyed this video and make sure to watch over it again. There's tons of gems in this video. You will make sure that you don't make any mistakes on this lean bulking process on your way to skinny guy to muscular guy. So hope you enjoyed this video. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.